And Chastity, this is Dr. Peter Terzopin, wanted to use the video to give you as much feedback as possible, despite it taking a lot more time. Safe assign looks good. Running header, maybe put the name of the company ahead of that, but that's not something graded. But just something to note. Abstract, in this case, would be more of an introduction. So just remember, abstracts are distinctly something different, and it's just something to kind of note there. So just 1 second. The paper didn't load up right. It just collapsed. 1 second. Let's see what we got here. 1 second. Okay, so just remember, abstracts are more of a thing for larger papers, and in this case, to be more of an introduction. Indent the paragraph, and you kind of develop this paper will also. Okay, so a few things. One, I think you're trying to get an intro and you're trying to get some details, but indent your paragraph, develop a little bit about it, the background, Nestle, that's fine, and then in the end, you would put, and you would cite somewhere. So we develop cite thesis, roughly 6 to 7 sentences. The citation is add detail and make it academic. In this paper, the paper doesn't do anything. It's an inanimate object. It cannot take human quality. So in this paper, comma, Nestle will be analyzed in the following ways, or Nestle Corporation or company will be analyzed, or the following strategies will be analyzed as they relate to Nestle, and that would be a better way. Functional strategy, I like the header there. You cite, and HR needs to be spelled out. You develop, Boyd, and Boyd. Okay, this is not a bad paragraph. It's roughly, the 4 to 6 sentences. But the problem is you start. This is what we call pattern citing. We open the book, and there's what Boyd wrote. This is what pattern citing looks like. You need to be careful with that. I'd rather you cite less and develop more than to oversight and pattern cite. In response to allegations, and you have Boyd here again. The purpose of is how do we do better? So it's not a bad paragraph, but again, when you combine it with the last one, it looks definitely like pattern citing. Stability strategy, again, stability, and then you do it in the next one, stability. So 3 is spelled out 3, and then types of stability strategies, you can center that up too. But again, look at how that citation is being used, and then you use it in the page 4, that paragraph, and then the next paragraph is fine. Main market, Nestle, that's a little bit stronger. So that's good. I like your header, subheader, Connor. Okay, so our brands. When you cite that at the end of that paragraph on top of page 5, cite and develop, and that paragraph would be stronger. It would be more of a 4 to 6 sentences with the Goldilocks effect. Not too long, not too short, just right. Child, Faulkner and Talmer Company, Nestle Corporate. This is actually, I don't like how you cite it, Nestle, Coca-Cola ending there. That's a little too long of a citation format, but you have the right idea. You cite, develop, That's a pretty solid paragraph. That's what you want. This next one, internal, external, maybe you break it down. Internal subheader, external. You have Sherman here again, cite, develop. Whenever you cite at the end, it doesn't cover the whole paragraph or most of it. It covers that sentence. And then you have Sherman again. So again, that looks like pattern citing. You need to be careful. Closing is conclusion, 6 to 7 sentences, and cite. Your text should be, or references should be double spaced, and they need to be 12th pitch. Makes it easier to see. Nestle, you got some academic sources. MBA school is not a good source. So our MBA null or whatever, don't use that one. Those are just bad sources. But you have enough good sources that I think that's a strength overall. So I like your sources. I think that's a plus. I think obviously you need to tighten up your introduction. You need to watch the pattern citing. I think you did okay in the sense of how you cite and develop, but you do need to definitely watch how you use the same source multiple times and also multiple paragraphs in a row. That's a big negative. 3 needs to be spelled out. And then you got some paragraphs that are a little short, so you need to work on that. But overall, I think you've made a good effort here. I think you've really made it a good attempt. If there's anything else, drop me a line, and best of luck.